Hello everyone, it's great to see you again. Welcome to Chapter 5, Section 3 of the online video course, Chinese Traditional Culture and Spiritual Healing. My name is Wang Yan, a professor at Guangdong University of Foreign Studies.
Professor, why do so many people choose to live a busy life with lengthy suffering and short happiness?
Why do so many people choose to live a busy life with lengthy suffering and short happiness?
This is because the evaluation system of this society is relatively utilitarian, prioritizing the result and ignoring the process. If students acquire a good score, they will be rewarded by parents. If employees perform well, they will receive a bonus from the boss. The society commends those who achieve goals, but does not care much about how a goal is achieved.
Its utilitarian evaluation system makes us habitually pursue the next goal. It suppresses our negative feeling produced while achieving goals and finally leads to a lifetime of blind pursuit. Therefore, we hardly feel truly settled inside.
Here is the lament of a young man.
A good academic and work performance is the only meaning in my life. If I have a poor academic or work performance, I feel my life is meaningless. But a good performance doesn't make me happy, as I'm always dissatisfied and want to do better in everything. Such life seems to be endless. To be honest, I often wonder, why do I live so masochistically? How many people share the same inner voice as this young man? As sorrow describes in Warden, they work hard for a distant future, like suffering from a dancing disease that keeps them from staying still. When the future comes, they will weary themselves for a more distant future and never stop. A utilitarian way of thinking that judges everything by result has urged individuals and the society to achieve one victory after another and embrace more and more achievements of material civilization. However, humans seem to have made little progress in the perception of happiness. As said by Harari, the author of A Brief History of Humankind, humanity has transformed from an insignificant African ape into the ruler of the world. This is an extraordinary and tragic story. Human beings are very good at gaining power, but not good at transforming this power into happiness. We are much stronger than our ancestors, but not happier. It's undeniable that we do feel happy when a goal is achieved, and that the harder a goal is to achieve, the happier we are after achieving it. But Shahar believes this is actually an illusion, as such happiness comes from the elimination of stress and anxiety and does not last long. It's like a person with a headache feels happy when the headache disappears. When the pain dissipates, we soon take pills as a matter of course and no longer feel the joy of healing. People being busy and rushing around, firmly believe that elimination of stress after goal is achieved is happiness. So they keep running from one goal to another. What makes them run is not motivation, but stress. Psychologist Daisy divides human motivations into two types: intrinsic motivations and extrinsic motivations. Those driven by intrinsic motivations are masters of their life. They do things out of the internal preferences. They take a want as a priority, and what they feel is motivation. In contrast, those driven by extrinsic motivations are slaves to others. They are motivated by external forces such as obligation, fear, reward, punishment, deadline, and recognition from others. They take "I should" as the priority and feel pressure. What kind of life issues will those driven by extrinsic motivations encounter even after they succeed? Let's take a look at Li Xueqing, an actress who has been very popular in talk show Rock and Roast recently. He said, "Since I was a child, I've been doing everything to meet the needs and expectations of others. I don't live a life of my own, which is distressing." Li grew up in a single-parent family. After parents divorced, he became the only spiritual support for the mother. She studied hard not because she liked it, but to make her mother happy. Although she is a trophy child, always praised by others, in the depths of her heart, she couldn't find her value or feel joy from working hard. At Peking University, she studied a major she disliked and couldn't switch to another major due to undesired grade points. So she had to make do with it. In fact, many students in Peking University share a similar situation as Li. They don't like the major they learn and don't get the purpose of learning, feeling that learning and even the life is meaningless. Xu Kaiwen, Deputy Director of Mental Health Education and Counseling Center of Peking University, mentioned in a speech in 2016 that according to a survey of the center, 30.4% of freshmen of Peking University, including undergraduates and graduate students, hate learning or believe learning is meaningless. 40.4% of them think life is meaningless and that they just live their life following others' logic. This phenomenon is called hollow heart disease, which features a lack of sense of self-value. In Douban, a Chinese social networking service, at least 100,000 people deem themselves in a similar situation as Li Xueqing. They formed a community and share the depressing experience. They love to call themselves in a self-deprecating manner. For example, Waste of 985 Project University.
大家好，我是吕琴。他们说我毕业于北大，还什么短视频啊，又说我应该进四大，说脱口秀能红多久啊？ 世界如此广大，谁能知道谁呢？做自己想做的吧。你问我宇宙尽头是个啥，不如问我一句，两情相悦了吗？
Truly indeed, although Li has violated secular expectations of an elite and doesn't know what result she will get, she enjoys this process and has found the inner motivation. Isn't this a very happy thing? We mentioned hollow heart disease above. Actually, not only those outstanding students have hollow hearts, but hollowness to some extent becomes the malady of society as a whole. Our society is kidnapped by utilitarianism. It emphasizes results but ignores process. It highlights efficiency but ignores happiness. However, for each of us, isn't feeling happiness and meaning during the process of life the most important thing? The process should be measured by us, step by step, while the result is shown to others. A truly wonderful life is a life in which we live out ourselves and have a strong inner motivation. Success and victory are incidental rewards on the road of self-realization instead of our goal. Therefore, before becoming a successful person, please be yourself first. Don't wait until old age to regret that you never lived your true self and got hollow heart disease. On his 70th birthday, Charlie Chaplin wrote his perception about life. When I really started to love myself, I realized that all the pains and the emotional tortures just remind me to follow my heart. May our pursuits come out of our desire instead of fear, and that all of us become self-adapted people, advocated by Zhuangzi. We've now reached the end of section 5 of chapter 3. Before we finish, I have some questions for you to think about. You can see them on screen now. Please pause the video to think about them and continue when ready. How do you understand intrinsic motivations and extrinsic motivations? Which do you think is more important, the process or the result? Thanks for watching.